So,
Hello.
alright. Not much. I figured before I disappear into something, I'll say that I'm going to be stepping away, so I don't disappear for hours. Let's see here. I'd rather just help people in the guild, though. Let's see here. Yes, give me 2 seconds. I gotta change from my trial setup to my dungeon setup. I'm gonna use Master Architect, so if anybody's doing something that gives that buff, you don't have to. The trial dungeon monster, major, trial dungeon, major slayer. Yeah, the healer would be running something. What the fuck is it called? The healer runs it sometimes.
I think it's RO that you could run. That would
Yes,
do the same thing.
But you're not running that.
Nope, I am not. I am Spell Power Cure and Winter's Respite. So
Okay, we're gonna do lots of damage then. This is gonna be great.
Yes.
I have to just switch 2 more things and I'm ready. I have this really cool bursty ass setup where I got rid of the monster set and I replaced basically that with the fire perfected master staff. And instead of using degeneration, you just replace that with the destructive reach, and you can basically keep charging up everything that you're doing big damage numbers with the 600 spell damage. You just cast it after you cast Blast Bones every time, and it just makes your character so strong. It doesn't do as good on the target dummy though as the other setup with Sororia and all that shit. Even with Sororia, it just doesn't do as good as the massive damage over time setup on a dummy. But in a dungeon, you'll see it blows everything up instantly.
Do you know how long I've been looking for you?
So many options for lower health content. I'm ready whenever you guys are. To the hard stuff, you just have to use certain things. No, fuck your advertisement. I just want to use the apps for free, you know what I'm saying? And not get advertisements.
I love it! Dragon's corruption has spread farther.
Spamtisements.
Closer to you and Celine.
You ever see that show Black Mirror? They had some pretty cool shit in that show.
I will do what I can, but Celine, she is difficult to persuade at best.
There's an American.
Celine might have been less difficult.
I actually can't tell which one's which.
Subject of your research.
It's a moot point. We just need to convince her that the dragon is a greater enemy than Corinne.
Oh, I didn't know there was a... Well, is it all a part of the same thing on Netflix, though? Or no? Okay. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I watched all the ones that were on Netflix that I mean, they were in English, but there was quite a lot of people with an accent from there, you know? Quite a lot of that, actually. But I still think that was the American version.
Yes. Staffs, and I need necklace and robe.
It's very rarely nighttime. Oh, you know what? Let me put this skull back on. I got it. This is the Necromancer. Magic. Ah. Well, it plays very different, and it took me a really long time to get used to it. And in the beginning, I thought I knew for years how to play this character. And then I really kind of only in this past 6 months really kind of understood how the character works. Because the way the character works is you have to turn your blast bones into a damage over time. No matter what you do, it should be the first and the third thing you do, always. There should never be an exception to that. And if you ever have to start over-attacking, and that thing is available for you to press, it has to be pressed whenever it's available. And that's how you make the character do insane damage. The moment you're not summoning that thing, when it's off cooldown, you're wasting time on another spell, because nothing can compare to the power of it. It hits so hard that even the giant fucking monster that pounds the enemy, you know, gives you the Colossus guy, he still doesn't hit as hard as the Exploding Skeleton. He's like 20, 30,000 less damage per hit now. It used to hit really hard, oh my god. The things we used to do way back when. Oh, sorry about that. This is on normal though. Yeah, this on vet is actually a son of a bitch. This is like maybe the hardest 4-man outside of Black Rose Prison on vet. Yes.
I see you brought more torturers to dissect me, Warlock. Since bargain,
Blood Reforged is like number 7, number 8 hardest, something like that, around there. But this one and Frost Vault, I think, are the ones that give me the most trouble. Because they just have these, they're just crazy. This thing on first boss, but when you get to it becomes like a fucking nightmare. Have you guys noticed when you come in here that if you listen to the dialogue, they kind of sound like there's some sexual stuff going on here? Yeah, there is. And there's a lot of innuendo too. Even from the dragon, which is kind of, that's very progressive, I guess. Well, wait a minute now. What about Shrek? We can give credit to Donkey. It's so ridiculous. Fucking dragon bodies and donkey heads. Dragon heads and donkey bodies. Can you imagine people work like that? Like the head is a white guy and the body is like some Indian dude.
Is there nothing you won't objectify?
Taking you apart.
I don't know why I used those two. They just sounded unlikely. Go for the weirdest couple. Oh yeah, take your time. I'm in no rush. I'm here to help. I made the tabard look like a Spider-Man would wear it as best I could. Spider pig, spider pig. In case you want to get your Peter Parker on, you know what I'm saying? Try last one. Everything, but it counts as direct damage. And it does not count as AoE. For example, Lightning Staff increases your AoE damage. Hey, there's a chest back here. You probably want to get this since you're looking for it.
Oh, yes.
And I'm level 20, so if you want experience opening it, be my guess. The Lightning Staff increases the damage of AoE moves, but that Blast Bone actually doesn't count. It counts as a single target and a direct damage move that hits everything, which is strangely weird because the Fire Staff is complementary to it.
Can I help you?
Oh, no. The DPS is going to use it. Fire. The tank would use like a sword and shield, and on the other side, he would do a lightning staff or a frost staff. And the same thing with the healer. Lightning or frost. there's like a thing, a new thing called brittle. You know, I don't know if you heard about that. It's currently not working, or I think they just recently fixed it. But brittle increases the crit damage an enemy receives, and it comes from doing the cross staff wall of elements thing as a proc, possible proc scenario. So, if the tank has one and the healer has the other, that's the ideal scenario. Then you can have a chance of having both off balance and brittle at the same time, more often. But I heard that brittle wasn't working because of some other move, that every time you did that move, brittle came off immediately, and it was something that people had to do, so they couldn't not do that move, and people weren't liking it outside of like these scenarios. But I do believe that was an error, and they fixed it. The one thing they can't fix is my broken eye. Time. Who's got that? I feel like it's a waste to do the ultimate now. Oh, why not? That wasn't me. I'll save mine for the next squabble. Nice. That's a good way to do it.
Good. Underestimating us.
Never has that ever crossed my mind for some reason. I just yell, Giant Monster!
Unleash me, and he
In the trial, though, I have to mention it, Colossus. They're gonna know.
You can't do just giant monster.
No, they don't know what that is. I don't understand. Neither there are lots of new jokes. I'm the new guy. I'm gonna stay silent. The trial guilds were, as far as trial guilds go, the one in there was pretty nice, but they're soap operas that they get to me.
Thank you.
No, they are like soap operas. All trial guilds, because of the crazy stress and usual associated anger problems that occur in there and stuff. And it's like, I mean, everything's toxic now because of that. Now toxic became like a troll word where everybody just says you're toxic for no reason. But originally it was because only some of them were like really mean when you failed. They'd be watching you while you're playing, and as soon as you do something wrong, they're like, you, don't do that, what are you doing? And they call you out and you're like, fuck. I mean, sometimes that can be good for some people. I'm sure the people that have Hand of Alkosh right now weren't exactly spoken to nicely during their career of getting that. The entire time. Yeah. Hand of Alkosh is the achievement of many achievements in Veteran Sunspire that gets you this mount and that title. Alright, everybody don't pull this thing and the enemies up here, because that guy back there actually did a shit ton of damage, even on normal. Alright, here he comes, sorry. Killed the computer. Roughly, whatever.
That mount is beautiful that you get for that achievement.
It is. And it's more extravagant in person than you think it is when you look at it online. There's a lot going on there, and the head actually makes a noise, like some sort of humming noise. Some awesome Zen sounding humming noise. You don't even know that. You have to do a set of achievements in Sunspire on Vet. One of the achievements being Godslayer. So Hand of Alkosh is more impressive than Godslayer, because you need that to get the other one. Godslayer is the one you gotta do it, no death, speedrun hard mode. And that's 30 minutes. Including all the trash in the dungeon, and 30 minutes is not enough. I'll tell you that right now.
It's crazy. I don't know how you do it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
People have done it, but
I think you have to become that. You can't pay attention to anything else in this game, but just that. You know what I mean? You can't like help people and go out of your way to help new players. Like all that stuff, you gotta give all that up. Give up your wife and kids in your life. You know what you do.
sell your firstborn child, all that stuff.
I heard the game's getting easier in June though, so that just might be available to people who, you know, aren't willing to cut their arm off to get a title.
There. That writhing mass is
I already
the source
did
of the
Emperor.
cancer in
That was
this
bad
cavern.
enough, right? It's
It
4.5
must be
days, no
purged.
fucking sleep. Alright, so just this big guy, but don't stand in the blue. And then we'll put the thing to the center, and I'm going to call it out. When we're going to strike the thing in the center. It's going to be pretty soon, so get ready for this, alright? Alright, I'm picking up the seed now. I want you to start laying your AoE on that thing in the center. We're going to attack it in 3, 2, now. Terrible countdown. Kill that fucker on the first try, yeah. Put him in a body bag, yeah. Mr. Karate Kid. Alright. That worked out.
Oh, I got shoes that time. Sweet.
That was a gut punch. In a canceroid. In case you're wondering, Grimminatrix.
In a cancer ward? Is that what you said?
Canceroid, it's called. We gut punched the canceroid. I said in the guild chat that
Canceroid.
we're gonna gut punch it. It's when we skip all the mechanics. We went that way with our plants. Ah, shit, this guy hurts. I just been messing trousers.
What's he doing? I would not blame you if he wanted to do that.
We could probably do it with this group. Go in and gut punch the shit out of that place. Shit. There's several ways to do it too. If you want to do it quick, you can actually run past enemies from boss to boss, and then you just die when you get to the end, and it skips like fucking 15 minutes out of the night. It's really cool. No, you skip all their fucking mobs. Not that we can't do it. We're not going to tell ourselves that we can't do it. Sure we can, but why would we do that? We're all past that point where we have to prove ourselves, right? When you farm for gear, you just can't do the bells and whistles. It's too much. Alright.
The blue will cover the world.
So I'm suspect on what this blue shit is exactly. Yeah.
Just check for a chest over here. There was.
Yeah, that's my newest pet.
He will reshape you perfectly.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh, I didn't know you had to do Western. I just happened to do Western Skyrim also. Oh, nice. I did it in order. Okay. Yeah, this character's the one that does all the DLC. My very first character is the one that did all the original content. I just can't seem to do it over. Yeah. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time wondering. I'll Google shit right away. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I concur. My mouth tastes like compost.
Thanks for freeing me. I need to wash off several times.
Alright guys, I'm gonna go wash off with her several times.
There you are, my pet. I feared you lost interest.
I am no one's pet.
No, you're the Elk's plaything. But you could be so much more.
You'll pay dearly for all of this, dragon. Go! Protect Celine. We'll give her everything we have.
Oh. Oh, you gotta. Oh, there's plants that have to be killed. I guess I can just kill everything else. If you want those enemies that are bothering you to die, and make sure that little Dwarver doesn't touch Celine. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's the thing that gives me the 600 spell damage when I cast it. For 4 seconds afterwards, I get a huge boost in damage. Fucking awesome looking, right? It's cool as fuck. That's the Mages Guild, and it's Destructive Reach. I do not like the Destructive Touch because the distance is way too close. But it does cause a knockback. But this one has a damage over time on it, which is better for DPS. But the knockback is pretty fucking cool. It's a big knockback, like high in the air. Similar to Dragon League. Alright, third location for plants is on this side. If you're gonna get hit by an explosion, you can't make it out with a dodge roll, just hold on. It's a lot easier than wasting stamina breaking out if you're knocked down. Alright, he's down. Probably skip this last phase. It's supposed to actually go 2 more times, but we already got him to 50% earlier. Enough of you insects. He sounds like a character from a freaking Saturday morning cartoon with a bad guy.
I think we really hurt him.
I have to run to the restroom real quick.
Your confidence is heartening.
Right. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'll be right back.
Back to his lair. But the battle will not be finished until the dragon is dead or ensnared.
there, by that spire. Ugh, the blight's everywhere. We have to hurry. Help Celine cleanse a path through.
You turned the jewelry purple? I was gonna say, that's love right there. Blue's good. Blue's good for leveling. Yeah. Blue is the purple for leveling, for sure. Giving someone purple... Oh. Is the jewelry high enough to make it cost less materials? Ah, yes. Yeah. Could you imagine having to turn it legendary? I don't play with any gear unless it's legendary ever. And I have like, too many sets. I think I spent over 100 million on legendary shit in 5 years.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that.
It doesn't feel good, let's put it that way. But I do sell a lot of stuff. I have 3 different traders, and I pick up a lot of stuff that's worth good money from running through dungeons and getting motifs, and just the 20Ks, 30Ks, 50Ks here and there keep giving me like I'm fucking like an idiot, like $1 million a week, $1 million gold a week, and that makes me feel like, oh, I'll just turn legendary next time I get it.
Corruption out of you.
Oh, it is you, Salmon. Come use a synergy on that green thing. Ah! I got pewed.
Wash it away.
Alright, another person's got the... Yeah. Nice. Any chests back there? You're looking for gear. We gotta try to find the extras.
I do not see one here.
Is it gonna be me this time? I wonder. No.
I found the seed. Purge it here.
Marcelok offers you life.
No, he birthed the lurcher.
For releasing me from that.
This is your baby. What will you name it? Right? We'll name it Cecil. Cecil has died. Yes, exactly. They're all Cecil. No, I have no idea what he's talking about. It sounds funny as hell. Ah! Yeah. Oh, okay. I haven't seen it yet.
LA.
Right over here. Yeah, there you go.
Use my ward.
It is a chest. Damn. Damn. Oh, did they? Is that what that was? Oh, okay. Is that hotel? For real? The one with the vampire? No. Wait, you got the thing again. There you go. Yeah, I like American Horror Story. Thanks, cool.
My gratitude for releasing me from that.
Spike, are you gonna name the baby? No, not that way. Ah! Alright, can't call him Cecil because of the hotel thing. Wait, this time.
It's within you! Get to my ward!
Alright.
Give that dragon a sock in the jaw on my behalf, yeah?
We didn't do too good with chests in here. Oh wait, we did get 2 chests, right? Yeah, we did.
Yep.
Some of them, yeah. There's like a couple for some reason that have more. Can't explain why. For example, Arx Corinium, Medusa set. There's like 2 different looking chests in the dungeon, and sometimes there can be 5 or even 6 in total in Arx Corinium. So if you're farming Medusa, it's a good idea to look around for the chests. You'll probably find them more often than you think you would.
Finish this before Marcella corrupts anyone else.
Medusa replaces Mother Sorrow by allowing you
Use
to
my
have the
glyph to
extra
purge the
skill
blight,
slot.
just like before.
Get rid of child acceleration.
I'll just have to bend your knees for you.
Giant Monster?
It's taking root within you now.
Push him up. Oh, God. Huh? Oh, wait.
Please.
Is that one that you need? Using
I need either Inferno or Lightning is preferred, but I will
Lightning is
definitely
preferred.
take the
Yeah, damn it, I didn't get that. I got a shield
Did I not
of
agree to
Defiled
lend you
Dragon.
Celine's aid? I expect payment
I
from
will
your
take
king
Zen's.
promptly.
I need the robe and
Don't speak for me.
Alright, I'm just
Anything
gonna
else?
trade you and give you
Your
whatever you got.
promises aren't worth keeping them.
thank you very much.
Hey!
Yes, sir.
Let's not sour our victory. You've got what you
You'll
wanted.
get it soon,
Honor the
the
pact
lightning
and
there.
release me.
By the way, I used Azure Blight. What a fucking terrible set that is. Jesus
I never
Christmas.
agreed to it.
You never reach 20 stacks on any enemy in this fucking game. Ever. Never, ever. You need 20 stacks for it to explode. Right, exactly. And even Vex shit. Even the fucking VSS stuff. It's just completely pointless. That's the wrong thing. Completely pointless. I don't understand why they made that set. I fucking turned it all gold and everything. It just sucks ass. Yeah, tell me about it. I wanted to find something to replace body pieces, so I don't have to use Reliquant.
You aren't going anywhere, Corinda.
No, I wish. Wouldn't that be great? Yeah.
Does anyone
You
need
can't-
anything from here?
Yes, have everything.
Sure, if you guys are up for it. I'm down.
Go right ahead. You could do it a little less careful too if you want. You know. Yeah, just instead of stopping when you reach enemies, go until the game won't let you proceed further without exiting combat, and everything will just come with you. When we get to the point with those plants there, so we don't remain in permanent combat, we just kill the plants and those stalk things, those little canceroid stalk things, and then we can move on and just, as the enemies follow us, they're just gonna die anyway. We don't really have to stop and attack stuff. It'll be like a massacre if we do it that way. No. But looking for the chest thing is not a bad idea, because you don't get a lot of chances for that lightning staff. It really is only the final boss in the chest, you know what I'm saying? So if you can also kind of look out for the chest while we're doing that, yeah. Just keep an eye out. I have that thing that makes them glow, so hopefully that'll help. Poe loves shrooms. I play a game named Poe, Path of Exile. It's like a Diablo 2, sort of.
I really like Diablo.
Yeah. So it's really good for a top-down game. Very complicated. Makes you think. It's my version of Luminosity when I want to keep my mind sharp. There's just so much thinking that you have to do. Fucking mathematics and shit.
Spike,
Path of
pass
Exile.
me Crown. Oh, I have Crown.
It's free too to play on PS4, PS5. Path of Exile. It's always been free. It is exactly like Diablo 2, not Diablo 3. The only thing is, the story's completely different. It's considered one of the best versions of that kind of game in existence, and it's never been pay to win. It's only you just pay for like different looks, so you never have to dump any money into it ever. You just play the game, boom. I tried it a little bit, but it was when ESO was already out, so I couldn't get into it because it wasn't as quite as like current gen. Even though ESO is not current gen, this is not next gen. And now the next gen PS5 is not the next gen, so it's the next gen.
I will do what I can, but Celine,
what do we call the PS5 games now? Nexter gen. That's it. I want the Nexus gen. The gen to end all gens. You think PS5 is great until you see that movie fucking Ready Player One, and then you're like, ah. Yes. Yeah, somebody wants to buy 40k crowns. That would be like 4 million gold. I wish I was rich in real life. I would do that. I'd just take all the gold for myself. How much of this what? Oh, sorry. Salmon cakes. I like your name. And the food. I fucking love salmon cakes so much. Salmon's like my favorite fish. And you know what? I don't like the wild caught salmon as much as the farm salmon. And I think that's because they make them like fatter. The wild is the one that's more, it's like a stronger red than orange. It's like leaning into the red color, and it's thinner. It's not as thick. The ones that are farmed are like orange colored, and they're super thick with the cuts that they have, you know. But I think it's just they make them so fucking fat. There's more fat in between the muscles, so it just tastes better. You know, fat makes everything taste better.
Fat means flavor.
It does. It does.
really need a robe and a necklace.
Roman necklace and lightning staff. You don't really want to use the fire staff. That's not going to give everybody the off balance. And even ice is better than fire. Because then at least you're giving him a shield, too. Boom, boom, boom. It's okay. I made pancakes for the first time ever the other day with blueberries. They didn't turn out perfect, per se. I don't think... I only put one egg, but it wasn't that much. Yeah, keep going. They're gonna die as they follow us. Oh no! You can't attack anything? Try dodge roll.
Frozen. Oh, there you are.
Whoa. Hey, it looks like you're really good at PvP from this angle. Stay away from the light. We'll look at chests while we wait. All I found was this basket of apples.
Right on, I'm gonna run out too.
Check the chest. I'm listening. I'm like, what the fuck is bubbling? And it's the goddamn slime, my pet.
We'll find Celine there.
I was like, is there... I didn't even know he makes noise until just now. It's totally all over my ears. I feel like I can't hear him now, though. I think sometimes you hear stuff, and then other times you don't. For some reason. Maybe because I was running, he was so close to the camera. Could that be it? No, I don't hear. A path? No. No, that'd be cool. Yeah, I gotta do that. Ah. It's like you're in the pet rocket path. Or the snowball buddy.
Uh-oh. Salmon just DC'd.
Does he at least jump from one place to the other?
No.
Or does he teleport from one place to the other? And he teleports quick? Like, goes one to the other really quick? Ah, shit. They'll fix it. They'll fix it eventually. Yes. It'd say send a video sometimes to show them what's going on. Send a video of me breaking my fucking PlayStation. Here's the problem. Just fucking bang. That's terrible. Can't waste PlayStations like that. They're in short supply right now. Holy shit, is they really breaking their kids' PlayStation? Well, I gotta admit, if I ever heard my kid talk the way people talk on Fortnite and Call of Duty, I don't think I can. I don't think I could. Gotta keep away from that shit. Well, they're learning it from everyone else that's on there, you know. Oh, absolutely. I was, sort of. Hell no, I didn't realize shit until I was like 35. I'm only just now understanding
Oh no.
the repercussions of my actions.
I don't know.
Our trial lost its leader today because her house lost power because of this freezing bullshit. Anybody send her a message on PSN, it might go to the phone, and she might still see it. Oh.
Well, she's downstairs. I'm upstairs, but let me go see if she. I'll be right back.
Oh, that's definitely useful. Nice. Yeah. Well, that's definitely the easiest way to handle this. Oh, welcome back. Come back! That's funny. Yes. What's your internet provider giving you on upload? Oh, okay, yeah. Upload is the kicker. That's the one that'll let everybody play online games. So make sure you get a lot of that. If you have like 40, you're good. Because me and my parents play online games, and we don't have any trouble ever. They're on Red Dead Online right now. They love that game. It's kind of like just it's like a sandbox game, you know, like there isn't, once you do everything, there isn't any more to do, and they try to make you have things to do, but it's really just you acquiring shirts and shit, you know, forever. That's all it is. You can never have enough money in that game, so they definitely made it where you end up money up for buying gold to get that money. But it's actually made by the GTA people, so it works very, very similar. We can just keep going to GTA. Uh-oh. Shaver hit the jackpot? Is it purple?
It is purple. It's the. I have quite a few of them already, but it's the 8-star chandelier. Got that from here.
Am I to understand you're a follower of Zen? Return my freedom.
Nice.
Right the wrongs done here. Unbind her, Corindon.
Unwise. I shall loosen my hold only.
Now for payment in kind. It's my turn to study your insides, Warlock.
That's disappointing.
Celine, no! Stop letting your I deserve to be free! Get out of my way! It's Corindon I want!
You don't know what Serenity is until you played 18 musical boxes at the same time in front of Elmira. I have 18 different musical boxes in my house, and sometimes people will go and turn them on at the same time, and it's like fucking Chewbacca and Star Wars with this fucking noise. It's just too much for your brain to handle. It plays every one of them too. It's crazy.
Look, Marcella.
Another
Yeah,
rare specimen.
I'm a big collector of them. Any way I can get one. One of each.
Taking you apart has taught me how to put you back together.
It might be more than 18 now. It might be 20
The
actually.
dragon's blight
I think I
rots you from
exceeded
within.
18. Yeah, it is a lot. You can come check it out. I have them all on the wall next to El Nuron. It's at my primary residence. Also try to find the horn and take a picture with it and put it in my Discord and find order chat, and I'll boost you up in the guild. And you can have at the guild bank. Take whatever you want. There's recipes and motifs in there and stuff like that. You'll have one of everything. I have a whole shitload because some of them are used for different things that you rank up in the guild. Like there's a parkour house and I got that one for free. I'm so fucking lucky. I use my Sigic house as my overspill house that holds all my shit that I don't have room for. It's so bad, it's terrible. But my primary house is the arena, the one with the traps in Cragwin. I got it for free because when I bought Somerset, I bought the collector's edition a long time ago when it first came out. So they kind of
There
gave
was
it
an
to me
event
after the fact.
too, where if you did all the achievements, you got that house.
Okay, that might be it. That might actually be it. It might not be the other way. Because I was wondering how I got it. I came back after 2 years of not playing, and I just had the house. So I must have did the achievements before I left. It's a good house. I've seen it done in some pretty crazy ways. I've seen this guy that is famous for making these houses in the game called Minecraft. I don't know how you can be famous in a game that has fucking low resolution like that, but he made a house. Yeah, I know. He made a house and he blocked off like the whole shit except down like in the beginning and by the water, and he made his own boat. Every single piece, it makes up the boat, and it's like fucking 700 pieces to do this whole thing, and it looks seamless, you know what I mean? This was before you were able to do like a really fine tune. You didn't even have that. You did it like that. Yeah, everything was very, when you look at everything, you can just tell he put so much fucking time into it. There's a trap on the boat where you fell through and you died to plants and shit. And then there was a fish tank on the boat, on the upper floor. There was a giant fish tank. I don't even think he plays the game anymore, but people just still go to his house for no reason just to see it. He's like offline in somebody's guild. I don't remember which one it is. Unfortunately, I don't think I can get back. You'd have to like find. It's like a legend now. You gotta be like, hey, where's that Minecraft guy's house? See if we can get somebody to cough it up. It was a long time ago when I saw it. But that's not the most impressive, actually. There's a lot of fucking shit I've seen. Like I can't even believe the things people think of.
Good. Underestimating us will be his undoing.
You ever try to apply to Better Homes and Gardens?
Unleash me, and he
It's the best furnishing guild in the game. Best one in the game. Well, alright, it's the only one. It's called Better Homes and Gardens, and that's everything. They do like yard sales, and you go there and you're like, okay, I'll take this, and all that stuff. Yeah, it's a good guild. You can probably see it in the list of application things. I'm not in it though. All my guilds are used for trading, 3 of them, and then 1 trial guild in this one. Yeah, I have no room. I wish I had room. Yeah. A couple of people that want me to join theirs, I can't join it.
Can't thank you enough.
I used to be in one just to give the guy his bank, and then there was no one else in the guild anymore, hardly, and he wouldn't even have the bank anymore, so I was like, I can't just stay here for no reason. There's three of us.
Everywhere.
I'm in a three-man guild. It's me and two other guys. Can't even use the bank. What would be the point of that? Oh, look the name. Titty Twisters.
One toxic influence for another.
Oh no.
He has plans for you.
It's hard not to attack and just run, right? You just don't want to do it. I like pushing buttons. Well, you gotta kill the plant so the Emperor got it! Just the hives and the plants and then you go. Like now you can go. Remember, combat is annoying as fuck. Alright. I'm gonna Duke Nukem this son of a bitch.
Writhing mass is the source of the cancer in this cavern. It must be purged. When you see this Ocelot's hole.
Oh no, I didn't even get to touch it. I didn't even get to start it yet. I gotta find the beat first and then I got a lot to pick from. Sometimes I use multiple beats. But I can only write the words when I hear the music itself. It almost feels like I don't really write the words myself, you know?
Use it against the blight.
It does feel that way. Because I'm not really smart, so I don't really know how I'm coming up with it. It's just something that happens when I hear certain music, that's all. Alright, I'm bringing the seed in. I didn't know you guys killed the second one. That was like the third one we killed just now. That's fucking crazy. Almost killed. Yeah, I have 3 guild songs for this guild. The third one I made recently. It's got a lot of names in it of very active players that you see every day. JJ, yeah. Man, you can't even compliment somebody about something outside the game without triggering Murphy. Let alone, like, their DPS or their healing. You ever notice that? Whenever you're like, we're doing great! Everybody wipes. Like, he was just like, JJ's got good fucking painting skills. Blah! Everybody fucking starts dying. No, Murphy, we're talking about JJ's painting skills, not Elder Scrolls. I think sometimes Murphy, like, hears what he wants to hear. As in Murphy's Law, just so you know I'm not crazy. Yes. I'm pretty sure Murphy's Law is whatever made the universe. And his song, like if there was ever a song made that's Murphy's song, is fucking Kendrick Lamar's Sit Down song. Be humble. Sit down. You know that song? That's the universe telling everybody that shit. Except for people that like do really good at sports and shit like that. You'll notice that they're confident as fuck and they still do good. Yeah.
Chest.
Ooh, we need that. Well, the way it's worded, Treasure Hunter affects... It looks like it says that it affects only the person dipping their hand into it. So if it's a shared chest, you won't get it because you don't have it, but the rest of us do. So I don't think it triggers it from who opens it. But that's going by the wording. There is a rumor going around, however, that the person with Treasure Hunter should open the chest. But it doesn't look like it when you read it. Like, it doesn't look like that's the case. Maybe they changed it, because I don't remember the wording being so specific about it not working on other people, because it definitely does say when you open chest, like when you're going to get items out of chest, it's not who opens it, you know? So multiple chest dungeon is probably, I don't think it matters. You'll get it eventually. I'm way behind. I feel so slow without channel acceleration. You just don't want to overcast it. You know what I mean? Like literally not until the thing is running out. Not until it's a long time. It's like three rotations almost before you gotta cast it again. But if you do it that way, it's pretty good. If you overcast it constantly in a rotation, it's gonna lower your DPS greatly. But that doesn't mean when you're running through a dungeon, having it on is easy, because you can catch up to people and always be like one step ahead, you know? That shit's important. But it's different content needs different things. The real thing you want to do is just get rid of Mother Sorrow and use whatchamacallit instead? Medusa. And then you can actually just get rid of both of those altogether. You don't need either of them. Yes. Yeah, well, no, it's a minor force, increases crit damage by 10% or something like that. 5%, I don't know, they changed everything, percentage-wise.
We'll give her everything we have.
Oh, you don't want a staff of Medusa. You don't want the staff. Well, he hit Celine. You don't want a staff. What you want is 2 body pieces and the jewelry. That's very important. Because you need it on both bars, not the front bar. The front bar should be the other setup. Whatever the other set is should be only the front. This is what I... This is something that I follow that made me do higher damage on a DPS dummy. Like, I did it the other way for a really long time, and I found myself at an impasse with damage. Like, I just couldn't get higher, and when I switched it, I went up like, it could even be about 10,000 damage a second, just from switching that. Because you have to have the increase in crit on both bars, otherwise whenever you're on your back bar, your crit is so low, it's just so fucking terrible. So much damage reduction. Front bar would be either Sororia, in like a real trial setup, or you can do PFG, in like everything else, so you have like infinite magic practically casting. Not PFG. You can do regular False God. So you have a False God Fire Stand, and then you have 3 body pieces of False God. That's how you do it, yeah. And then that'll probably give you the best results. You'll be able to go in and vet Vash Hollows and have an easier time in there, and Maelstrom Arena, vet Maelstrom Arena, and all that shit. It's a really, really good thing to use with other people and by yourself. There's no denying the power of False God. As long as you're a magic character. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think one of the biggest problems in the game is running out of resource, you know? Yeah, Mother Sorrow is pretty good for a really long time. It's great. It really is. And the crit is slightly higher with that than it is with Medusa. Medusa's a little bit less. But it's not as much less as you think it would be. Originally, I thought it was a lot less. It's actually not. And the reason being is because Mother Sorrow does give you 1 that's max magic. And Medusa gives you all 2, 3, and 4 is crit chance. So it's not a big difference between the 2 5s. Oh! Yeah, I would say the best setup you're going to get in this game, the best setup you're ever going to have, is probably Medusa and False God. And mix that with like Solaria. Not Solaria. Mix it with Zons for single target. And Vulcan Scoria for the other one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, but it's good when you want to hit multiple enemies. When you're running through dungeons for people, it's just not good on the dummy. You know what I mean? Target dummy, you need Zons. A boss that has 20 million health, you need Zons. But not for everything else. There is definitely a slight change between AoE setups for dungeon running and like trial setups for hard bosses. The difference is night and day. If you only stick with the single target boss stuff, when you're running people through dungeons, you won't be like a fucking god in there the way you can if you have like massive fucking extra shit. Like, I'll give you an example. Reliquin, great set, right? In a dungeon, it doesn't do shit because you never reach 10 stacks on anything you're fighting, hardly. It only works on the bosses. So instead of Reliquin, switch to something else, like Unfathomable Darkness, which doesn't do as much damage, but at least it's instantaneous to do its max damage. It doesn't have to build up at all. And but I'm even thinking, fuck that, and go for Vicious Ophidian for the body pieces.
Nobody ever runs Vicious Ophidian anymore.
It's the False God for stamina characters, and you need that stuff. You really do. Like, when you want to do that hard stuff and get like score runs in those solo play places, I don't think you can avoid using that stuff. The game doesn't seem to allow you to play without it in that hard shit. Once you get used to it too, and you try to switch back and do the other stuff without the ones that make stuff cost less, you're gonna know the difference and be like, holy shit, I can't play without my fucking False God. It kind of spoils you a little bit, because then you never run out of magic ever again. There are some tricks though that you can do to make sure you stay with magic. Like, example, after you're done setting yourself up, like with your AoE stack and everything, instead of doing whatever your spammable is, you can just do light attack and then the exploding wall of elements, the blockade of elements, blockade of fire. The blockade of fire does so much damage in AoE that as the spammable rather than the other, it's even worth being on the back line and spamming that. And when you realize that, you can actually make shit die so much faster just by using that instead. Nobody knows to do that either. Hardly anybody. But it has to be the exploding wall. It has to be the not the longer lasting. No, the unstable is the one. Yes.
The unstable.
Yes.
Yeah.
It used to be better to have the one that lasts longer, but now the unstable's better because you don't really need as much time. Yeah, it seems to, it does wear off before you cast it again in the rotation, but only just a second before. You know, I don't think it would be worth extending it in the rotation. That does. Right now, currently, I'm only able to do very close to 94,000 on my Necro. It's 5 Seraria on the front bar only with Infused and a Fire Enchant. It's Perfected Maelstrom on the back bar with the Weapon Damage Enchant, Weapon Spell Damage. And the other set is Medusa, and then there's a very large amount of fucking damage over times and shit on there. Like, it's crazy. You don't do any of the thing where you, like, set your bar up on the back for extra damage. You actually just add damage over times. So your rotation is huge, and you don't really get to spam the skull twice, ever. You only get to hit the skull, like, once, periodically. And you're switching bars way faster than you think you normally would. It's not static, it's dynamic, but it does incredible damage. Absolutely incredible. I would have to, like, kind of teach it to you and be like, okay, this one, then do this one, or do this one, then do this one, and you'll get in the rhythm of it. But it took me a long time to learn it, man.
Enough running, coward!
Yeah, there should be some things that you can do to fix that. I have to investigate. I gotta find out. I think the person you want to copy the most is probably Trash Pots. Every one of his characters is in 90,000, including his Magic Templar. So I'll try to see if I can get his build from him, and then I'll just give it to you, and then you compare it to what moves you're using, and maybe he's doing something different, and that would be the factor. Plus, you gotta be making sure you're using the right food. Food that has no max health, that has like the stat plus recovery. You gotta have that food. And you gotta be using special potions. You can't use regular potions. Like those things are important when you're doing a DPS test. I wouldn't use those. I would use the ones that increase your spell damage and your crit chance. Even if you are already getting the buff, I would still do that. Just because you're probably gonna not have the buff when you do other content, and if you try to make a different kind of potion, like a tri-stat or something, then you won't have the other ones that you need when you're not using those extra abilities that are giving you those buffs. But most of the time, you never get those buffs yourself. You actually get them from the potion. But the Necro does give himself the buffs, though. I use the potion only for the faster recovery. It's kind of a waste of money. Well, I'm a big waster of money. Push him off, push him off, push him off. Damn it. Shit.
I got Defiled Dragon's Mace.
Damn. No, I got this stupid necklace. Oh, bitch. You said you wanted a Zen's chest? I got that.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yay.
Did I not agree to lend you 3 days? I expect payment.
Thank goodness.
King, promptly.
You don't
Promptly.
me, Oathbreaker. Your promises aren't worth the air you waste speaking.
Yeah, that's what I did at first, is I actually copied that friend of mine, Trash Pots. However, because
You've got what you wanted.
of I guess he has access to perfected gear and I don't have it yet. He was able to get higher than me with the same thing he was doing, and then I switched to a build that was doing over 100k on the Necro, and mine will only do about 94,000 with that same build. That guy does over 100k. He does like 101k. But that was the better build. All right, I'll try to find it for you from Trash Pots. The Necro build, you mean? No, they don't. They want to stay number 1. Salmon, you're the one that wanted the build. If I showed you the pictures, would you know what the abilities were by the picture? You could always follow up question me and ask me. Okay, let me just take a picture of the build that I use in the important trials and on the dummy, and then I'll show you the picture I use, which is just very slightly different when I'm playing like with them now. It's very, very slightly different because I play with a different set where you get to cast more ultimates, so use Necropotency instead of this one ability called Scalding Rune. So all I really do is just replace Necrotic Potency with Scalding Rune, and the build ends up being the same. But I'm going to do it without the Master Staff, because I'm going to assume you're going to do it the normal way, which is higher damage. The Master Staff is not as high. Alright, so let's see here. And then, in your trial, I always want you to have that. Okay. Alright, take a picture right now. You know, these pictures look like shit. I could always just tell you. Like, do you have a little notepad on your phone or something? Okay. I'm going to give you the names that is the morph of it, too. So, on the back bar, you want this to be your Maelstrom Fire Staff. The regular one will work just fine. I don't think you could take advantage of the bonus from the Perfected because you're not on the back bar long enough, so I hear the damage is like 1,000 higher out of 90-something thousand DPS, not really a difference at all. The back bar is going to be Mystic Orb, Skeletal Arcanist, Scalding Rune, Unnerving Boneyard. I always use that one instead of the one where I can use my own synergy. It just helps when you play with other people so much. And then the next one is Unstable Wall of Fire. And then it's up to you what you want to have on the back bar ultimate. You can put something on that turns you into Ravenous Goliath to make you invincible. You can put on the Animate Blast Bones ultimate where you consume the corpses but like res the dead, you know, or you can just have Ice Comet on there, or even just keep Glacial Colossus on there. Glacial Colossus will increase the crit chance by 10% when you reach execute phase, so it's not a bad idea to have the Colossus on both the front and the back bar. Now on the front bar, we have Ricochet Skull, Stalking Blast Bones, Mystic Siphon, Inner Light, Degeneration. And Glacial Colossus, obviously. Now, the rotation is strange. When you have an ultimate that you're able to cast, it'll kind of change the rotation very slightly. It moves everything over one because you don't want to cast it and not have the Blast Bones coming out every third spell. But you don't necessarily have to do that. You can just go ahead and cast your ultimate and do the rotation the way I tell you now the whole time, and it'll still do plenty of damage, even on the dummy. It's just if you really want to really peak really high, you'd have to mix it in and then it fucks the whole thing up. Alright, so always the first thing you do is Ricochet Skull. And with this build, you're going to do light attack. Everything's light attack before it. So Ricochet Skull, and not Ricochet Skull, what the fuck am I talking about? Always Stalking Blast Bones. Sorry about that. I know, it's just... Yeah, Stalking Blast Bones, and then you're going to do one light attack Ricochet Skull, quick swap bars, light attack Mystic Orb, quick swap bar back. I know it's fucking weird as fuck, right? Then you do another Blast Bones, and then you swap again, and then you'll do Skeletal Arcanist, and then Scalding Rune, swap back the Blast Bones again, swap back, Unnerving Boneyard, Unstable Wall of Elements, swap back, Blast Bones again. And then stay on that bar and do Mystic Siphon and then Degeneration. And now the next time you do Blast Bones, follow it up with one Ricochet Skull, and then you go back to one Mystic Orb, and then back to Blast Bones, and then back to Skeletor Arcanist, Scalding Rune, back to Blast Bones, Unnerving Boneyard, Unstable Wall, back to Blast Bones, Mystic Siphon, Degeneration, back to Blast Bones, and then one Ricochet Skull, then Mystic Orb, back to Blast Bones, and it just keeps... The reason why I do it that way is because, one, that ball does a lot of damage, and I want to pop it out again quicker rather than just mix it into the rotation normally. It kind of makes it happen at a better timing. And also, I try to make it in a series of 2s on the back. So if you go ahead and do Blast Bones and then Ricochet Skull and then Mystic Orb, you're all ready for another Blast Bones. So now the next sets of moves are Skeletor Arcanist and Scalding, and Unnerving and Unstable Wall. If you don't do it that way, and you do Blast Bones and do Mystic Orb, then Skeletor Arcanist, you can still do that. But then the next time you come back, you'll do Scalding Rune and Unnerving Boneyard, and then the next time you come back, you're only doing Unstable Wall before you switch back again, and then going right to Mystic Siphon, and then Blast Bones, and then one Degeneration, and then one Ricochet Skull. And the rotation is slightly different if you do it that way than if you do it the way I do it. But the way I do it pops off more damage on the dummy. Plus, the guy I watched, that's what he was doing. Sometimes you switch your bars so many times when you're doing it. The reason why it's such a big deal is because switching bars is the only real way to animation cancel now. And it actually does help make your character move faster and cast faster to do the rotation in this strange fashion where you're switching back and forth so much. I have a video of me doing it, which could be useful if you actually see me doing it. It is, yes. Let me see here. It's the easiest way to get it to you. Sure, everything is. I stream like 100% of my gameplay.
Oh, is there a Discord for Worst Nightmare for the guild?
Absolutely, yes there is. I'll give you the code in 1 second. Let me find this.
If you, I can join that and I can send it to her that way too.
Oh, okay. I can't send anybody outside of my Discord for some reason, but I think there's a way to do that. I just don't know how. You could do it if you're a friend or something, right? And also if you have a Stamplar, a Stamina Templar that uses dual wield and bow, that one I'm able to tell you how to get up to 100 and 1,000. Those are my two best characters. Alright, I found it. Alright, it's called Worst Nightmare 93855 DPS macro. 93,855. It was 3 weeks ago. It only has 6 views, so nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares you can do DPS Nightmare. No, it's just that I don't have a DPS guild. We all don't really care too much about that stuff. Yeah, so Worst Nightmare 93855, and that should just come up with DPS macro. Macro. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Let me give you that code for the Discord. I'm going to put it in guild chat.
Okay.
Yeah, our Discord is very quiet compared to others. Well, they changed how it worked again. Alright. Shit.
Oh, Spike just sent it to me. Join.
The code, really?
Yep, he just sent it to me.
Fuck it, I'll just put it in there anyway.
Oh, and I love how it takes me right to the Fur Babies channel. Alright, well, I'm about to spam with cat pics now.
Well, you try to make it your cats. I think some people are under the impression that if it's like some random cat on the internet, that's not necessarily what it was supposed to be there for.
Oh no, these are definitely my cats.
Yeah. I see some people throwing in some weird looking cats in there. I'm like, that's gotta be an internet famous cat. There's no way. Nobody's got a cat like that in my guild.
I've got 2 black cats.
Oh, nice. I got a tuxedo, half a mustache.
Cute.
Oh, nice. Are those the different cats? They look very similar.
No, that's the same.
Oh, I was gonna say twins.
He's my ham. I'll send the other one's really fluffy. Yeah, they're
Oh
brothers.
no! Shit. This.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even, yeah.
All right, I got a couple of suggestions for you if you want to write them down. When you're playing in a 4-man dungeon, replace Scalding Rune with Necrotic Potency. And let's say you're playing and they need help with heals. You can actually just get rid of Inner Light as well and add the Intensive Mender, and you're fucking backing up the healer big time. Like, really, really cool. And then, worst comes to worst, if you're doing something really hard, you can get rid of Necrotic Potency and put that light armor shield there instead, like we used to use way back when. Because that's not a bad idea to have that too. It'll make you look cool, not to die all the time.
Okay, I'm done. I just spammed that whole channel with cat pics.
Nice. Oh man, they got a fucking cool ass scratching post too. We gotta get our cat a new one. Hey, I think I have that same lounge chair. Holy shit. Wow, that one's got quite a tail on him. Look at that.
Right? This is my fluffy one. Oh yeah, isn't he? He's such a ham.
I don't even think cats appreciate the way cats look. You know what I mean? I mean, I like
That's where
dogs.
he
I
can
like
tell when
dogs
taking
too,
his
but I'm kind of a cat person.
Yep.
Funny. Thank you for having me, guys. I appreciate it. If there's
Thank you for
anything else
coming.
you think you need help with, just let me know. You got it. Pleasure to meet you, Salmon. I'll send you a friend request if you want. And if you have any questions, definitely do that. Crap, my headset just died. 1 second. Thank goodness for the PS5 controller mic. Alright, 1 second. Should be back on any second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry. Salmon cakes. Yes, pick my brain. I will try to help as much as I can. I have 10 characters, and 3 of them do really good PvP, and 2 of them do really good PvE, and the rest of them, they have everything in legendary gear, and everything's leveled up, but I wasn't good at the game like I am now with them, and I haven't gone back to try to get them where these other characters are. You know, it feels like a lot of work. But all the mages guilds are all leveled up and all that stuff on them, so I could just theoretically set up the character and use it. But I have a Stamina Warden, Magic Warden, Stamina Nightblade, Magic Nightblade, and then this one, the Magic Necro, Stamina Templar, Magic Templar. But it was a healer, sort of. But I haven't played it in so long, it's ridiculous. I turned it into a PvP character, that's right. And then, Tank Dragon Knight. Although I never use it, I don't really have a tank. And then, I have a Stamina Dragon Knight, DPS, but I turned it into a PvP. That's actually a really fucking strong character. It's a stage 4 vampire in PvP. It's ridiculous. You could run invisible forever, and your stamina like never goes down. It goes down like 1 fraction of a percent, like 0.1, every like 5 seconds. So you just run around invisible forever in Imperial City and shit. It's pretty awesome. Sprint. There's so many characters. It's ridiculous. Too many. So if any of those you have, I could try to help out a little bit. Thank you again, guys. Yes, I'm going to get that from him. I'm going to send him a message right now and tell him, can he give me his bar setup? The gear is usually the same with the characters, though. It's very rare that it changes. Like magic is magic gear, stamina is stamina gear, that kind of thing. Body pieces. Or maybe you can even create them rather than have to worry about having it. Like you can just make it with the transmortify thing. Transmute station. Yeah. You're going to like it better. I would start getting used to that now and try to get away from Mother's Sorrow because it does change how all the characters play slightly, and you want to get your practice in with not having to use Trap Beast or Channeled Acceleration at all. Because it's going to be like a standard to use Medusa. I mean, you can get away with Mother's Sorrow. Even in the trials I do that are really hard, they still say it's okay to use Mother's Sorrow. That's how close they are. But it's the difference between whether or not you want to do 86,000 or like 94,000 between the two of them. Yeah, Mother's Sorrow is still great. Don't get me wrong. It's still amazing.
What trial guild are you in?
It's called Get Good. There's a person in my guild named Kayla, and I've known her for like 5 years straight, and she's always been my guild forever. And she inherited this guild when I stopped playing for 2 years. She got into a trial guild, and now I'm in it with her as the leader of it, and she's like this unbelievable fucking trial leader. The only thing is, you already have to already be ready for the stuff. So they have all these things that are like prerequisites that you have to have out of the way first, you know. So there's a lot of prerequisite stuff.
Like clearing certain things, or gear you have to have, what?
Well, the gear is one thing. You do have to have certain gear. You definitely do. Jewelry doesn't have to be legendary, though. Jewelry can be purple. They're never going to pressure you for legendary jewelry, ever. But you do want to have the standard of the gold standard for the DPS sets. You also need to have a test on a dummy. I think her standard is 85,000 for magic and 95 for stamina.
I mean healers, so I wouldn't.
Oh, of course, something else, yes. And then the other, healers have to have so many different sets. But there's also the thing with the Kraglorn trials. She wants people to have done them on hard mode already.
Okay, well, I've done. What am I going to say? I've done AA, HRC, and Sanctum of Video on hard mode.
You have? Alright, well that's, so
I've actually solo healed VAA hard mode as well.
You know what's not a bad idea? We should probably maybe get in the guild and then find out what sets they need you to farm, because, oh wait, you're 628 champion? I see. Yeah, that might be tough.
That might be an issue.
Yeah, that might be tough. Just because you know what, I'm going to be honest, no matter what trial guild you're in, the harder the stuff they do is, no matter how nice they are, the more, well, it's just that they expect certain things. So there's like a 3-strike rule in their trials. If they fail something 3 times in a row, they just fucking cancel the trial, because they're not supposed to fail like that. You know what I mean? There are progression runs, though, that are not made for, we're doing a score run type of thing, you know, or like an achievement thing. And in those runs, they stay there and let everybody get on board and figure out how to do it. But, you know what? Not everybody, nobody started out 8-10, you know what I'm saying? And they're a very, very nice guild, so it's not like it's not going to eventually happen, you know? What I could do is this, Griminatrix. Let me talk to her, like one-on-one, and ask her if she takes people under 810. And this way you can kind of see how they're doing everything. You can see their Discord and how organized everything is, and there'll be access to all these videos of them doing stuff, so you can actually see live videos of people that are doing it for real, not some dude on the internet who's playing on a private server somewhere, you know.
Alright, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, I'll ask her about it. I'm only in there, honestly, because of Cash. She's in there doing the trial on Monday, Tuesday morning, and she's like my guild's second most helpful player. Yeah, Cash Cannon. She's like the mother of... Yeah, she is. Yeah. She's a very helpful person. Very nice person. Very fun to play with. Alright, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You got it. Peace.